Grace and peace, family, and welcome to day 12 of our Lent journey. Lent is a season of surrender, and one of the hardest things to surrender is the need to control outcomes by getting one more sign. Today's passage is Mark chapter 8, verses 11 through 13, where we see the Pharisees come to Jesus and they start arguing with him. They want a sign from heaven. Let me read it to you. The Pharisees came and began to question Jesus. To test him, they asked him for a sign from heaven. He sighed deeply and said, "Why does this generation ask for a sign? Truly, I tell you, no sign will be given to it." Then he left them, got back in the boat, and crossed over to the other side. Now, I want you to look at this text, friends, because that deep sigh from Jesus matters. Jesus is not impressed by questions that are really tests. They have already seen enough from Jesus to believe, but their hearts are set on control. They really don't want clarity. The folks in this text, they want conditions. They don't want relationship with Jesus. What they really want is to be in charge. And friends, this hits differently in Lent because sometimes we do the same thing. We say, "God, show me." But what we really mean is, "God, prove it to me on my terms." We want a sign so we don't have to risk obedience. Let me give you 3 ways for you to carry this today. Number 1, I want you to know that not every question is faith. Some questions we have from God or for God is resistance. The Pharisees in our text weren't seeking, they were really testing. But you're encouraged to be honest with yourself. Are you asking because you want to follow, or are you asking because you really just want to delay? Number 2, we learn in this text that faith goes through obedience and not endless evidence. At some point, friend, God has shown you enough. And the next thing to do is not to ask God for another sign. It's just to finally just tell God yes. Because obedience is often the sign that you're really waiting for. Number 3, and I'll be done. We learn from this text that when your heart is set on control, nothing will ever feel like enough. If you decide you won't trust God unless he meets your conditions, hear me closely, you will stay stuck. But when you surrender your control, that's when peace shows up. That's when the Lord shows up. When you finally give it over to the Lord, he will work it out. Here's the move today. Identify one area where you keep saying, "God, give me a sign. Lord, I'll do it if you show this. Lord, I'll take the next step if this happens." And instead of coming up with excuses and all those conditions for God, just simply pray, "God, give me courage to obey what I already know." You're invited today to stop chasing proof and start practicing trust. I'll see you tomorrow.